So what I'm going to be showing you first is how to create a spreadsheet from HRC Dynamics to be able to upload into our shared channel with product teams for their issues to be in a spreadsheet. So if we come into the HRC Dynamics, CRM, what we want to do is, and I'm going to focus on education specifically since we are going to be doing education right now, and you guys are going to be doing a couple of test issues to be able to make sure that you're comfortable getting them out of HRC Dynamics and over into Snow. So this is kind of a 2 or 3-parter. So first part is how to create a spreadsheet of like issues. So if we come into the Dynamics CRM, we're going to we're going to come to area. We're going to filter by, keep it on equals. And we're looking for anything education related. In this particular video, what we're going to do is just education. We're not going to, actually, we're going to do forms education because I know there are less of those than it is of education. So we'll come down to forms. We'll select apply. And all of these are in our queue. So as you can see, queue owner, it's either me or it's va.gov tier 3. So all of these are our issues. Some of them have already been labeled, some of them have not. And as you can see, some of them are on hold because I've gotten some of them over. I've created a spreadsheet with some of them already, and some of them still say new. And if you scroll over, you can see the ones that I've already sent over to the education team. However, these still need to be entered into Snow. So now that we have all of them grouped together, what we're going to do, all of the forms, education for the area, what we're going to do is come up to export to Excel. We're going to do the little arrow down. We're going to select dynamic worksheet. There's nothing here that you have to select or populate. Everything that we need is already here. And just to show you what those are, it's enter queue, object, queue, record number, status, and those are the things that we need. So now we're going to export. It's going to populate here. You're going to open or save as. I select save as. I have a place where I already saved them under my exports, HRC Dynamic Export. And I'm going to put education test, and then I'm going to put delete because I want to make sure I delete this afterwards. But you would label this as forms, education, and then to the date that you ran this particular report. You would then save. So now that's saved. You would come to Teams, our Teams channel. Can you see my Teams channel now? Just want to make sure it's okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So once you're in the Teams channel, you want to come to Tier 3 Escalations VFS Development right here. Okay, once you're in here, you're going to come to Shared. It'll populate all of the spreadsheets that are already here. You'll see those. And then what you'll want to do is upload files. It should open to the place where you saved it. It may or may not.
At your front door.
And then I am going to select education, test, delete, open. And it's going to give me a little notification that this is now populated, and there it is there. So this is how you would add a spreadsheet to the Teams folder for issues to go to a product team. So that is the spreadsheet process. If you open it up, and I get notifications from SharePoint showing that a new document has been uploaded, and I'll probably get a few more showing that there's PII in here as well. As you can see, Here's all of the 142 issues, all of the headers, gives you the description, case notes. Let me see something. And if you wrap the text, if you go to the column, highlight it, and then come up and wrap text, all of the information will populate uh, from that particular description field. We would then, I'm going to go back. And then what we would do is let the product team know that they have an issue over here. I'm not going to go through that whole process because Camille and I are creating the automation workflow for this. So I don't want to go too far into this because this particular process will end up changing. Okay. But that is how you create a spreadsheet from HRC Dynamics to upload into the folder. Any questions so far on that particular process? Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do is this will be the process to show you how to get issues from HRC Dynamics, education specifically, because we know how to do, some of us know how to do IAM issues, but it's going to be the same process, just with different information. So let me see. Okay. So with education, we just found out that there are two particular groups that handles issues in snow for education. One of the groups that handles education tickets is the Veteran Education Benefit Tools team, and they cover the following tools: the comparison tool, GI dashboard, feedback, 1995, and 10203 education forms, school certifying official webpage, verifying your enrollment and statement of benefits on allva.gov to assist veterans with their education needs. Yes, sir.
That may be the old description. If you scroll
Oh,
down a little bit, they took out the 1995, I think,
yes,
because it
they did. Oh, perfect. Oh, this is even better. Okay. So this particular group does not handle all of those things. They handle these things, which is like John had just stated, they took out the 1990. There's another team that handles the 1995 form, excuse me. So what we would do is we would come back to queues, we would come back to area, do filter by equals, education forms, apply. Okay. So here are education forms, and here are some of these sub areas. Do they do the 22100203? 22. I was trying to see if that one was in here, and it's not, but sorry guys, I was trying to see if, I'm sorry y'all,
I don't think I sent you the description of the DGIB team.
because that's in the other. Okay, here we go. The DGIB application support group handles these particular forms right here. The 221990, 221990E, 5490. Okay, so a lot of these issues here will be going to this particular group within SNOW. So what we would do is, and I'm about to stop now and John's about to take over, but what we would do is make sure that we gather all of these for forms for education, make sure that it is the appropriate form to go to this particular team, and then we would take this pieces of data from this ticket and create a snow ticket for to send over to that team. Once we do that, we would then update the case notes with that information. John's going to take over from this part to show you how to get these issues over to the education team.
And I just want to mention too, we're probably gonna have to work through a few of the how I'd like to submit these, a few of the steps because just how we want to categorize it, and then I'll create a template for everyone. So it's pretty straightforward. But let me.
And one caveat I'd like to say before John starts, when we're sending, and John, if perfect, you already have it set up the way I want you to have it set up. What I'd like to do is I want these to be transferred over to them from the newest to the oldest.
Perfect. Yeah, that's usually how I set my queue up in the morning. So,
Perfect.
and I labeled a few of them here. These are all 22-1990s. So the DGIB team is where these will go. Um, but this is just like the IAM process. We're going to pretty much follow the same thing. So once you get into the ticket, you're going to want to get to the case notes so we can pull that information. And I'm just going to assume, so I'm going to pull the same thing that we pull for the IAM team. Just try to get their ICN, a description of the issue, and then scrub it for PII. So we're going to get this open, and then I'm going to switch over to Snow here, and then create a new incident. And as we've spoken about before, it does have the submitted by and the affected end user does have to be you, since veterans cannot have accounts in Snow. The location, we can just go central office again. I actually, this may matter more the location, so this may be something different that maybe we want to do. We may want to actually pull the location from the ticket if we can. Let me see. Kimberly, I'm assuming it would matter more in this situation. Is that correct? What, but that's something I guess we're gonna have to ask the education team if they need to know the location.
I can ask them that now,
Okay.
and hopefully Riley will answer me back pretty quickly.
Okay. Perfect. So the facility is NA. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna do central for this one for now, just for the video. And then for the affected user building number, again, because they're not VA employees, I'm just going to do NA. And sorry, the VA side's been really slow for me today. So if you see it jerking around, that's why I can't get it to act right. We're going to say phone for the contact type because I did contact the help desk via phone. State, we're going to leave as new. I think impact medium, urgency medium, and then the priority, it's not going to let us change, Kimberly. She said 3. I think she wanted us to keep it at 3 or 4. So we can just keep this as is. Impact is going to be 3, urgency is going to be 3.
You're only doing this because you don't have a template for it, right?
Yes, so I'm going to create the template while we're on the phone, while we're on this call. I'll show you
Okay.
guys how to do that as well. So it's two birds with one stone. I teach you how to create a template and get it ready to go for the education forms. Um, so the affected user best phone follow-up, we don't really need to do this. I'm just going to do zeros since we're not going to be calling them. That's something else we could ask education if they do make outbound calls. We could try to add the best contact number if they'd like. I haven't done it in the past because IAM does not call users. So that's something we could ask education as well.
Would that be the affected end user, John, if they want the affected end user's contact telephone number?
Correct. So that'd be
Okay.
the veteran that actually called. And we can get that. That usually is in the ticket information. We usually can get a phone number. And I'm guessing we're going to want to go with web application or service, depending on what type of issue we're going to submit. They didn't give us any specifications here. Um, Again, these are all geared towards VA employees, so a lot of this won't make sense if that it won't really fit for the exact issue that we're having. Um, and none of these really seem to fit. So we could do, did you have anything in mind for this, Kimberly? I don't really see anything that would fit. Um,
I was looking as well, but I'm actually not sure. Um, Let me ask you this, because we already have a group selected, the category and subcategory won't necessarily make it go to a different group. It's just the options that are presented. Is that correct?
um, so they do sometimes depict who it goes to. So if you click affected service,
Mm-hmm.
that will automatically assign to a team. Um, but I could do this. And I don't see, so that is the correct. She
Mm-hmm.
manages the queue that we're going to be sending it to, but this is not the correct queue. It's the DGIB application support.
Hmm. Um, I I believe when we were on earlier, we saw some that had said software. What? Database, email. Um,
Web application would be because there are applications that they're using to submit these, but they again, it's all geared towards VA employees, so it's all
yeah.
employee tools. That's why it doesn't really fit. Uh,
Um, l- let's do this. Affected service. And if we do affected service, it doesn't pull in the group that we need, right? DGIB, DGIB application support. Nope.
oh, it does. That clicks the right group. Okay, so that does
Okay.
digital GI bill is the affected service. So we'll do affected service, digital GI bill, and that automatically assigns it to DGIB application support.
Okay. Let me.
So the category will be affected service. And then once you select the affected service, it will automatically assign it to the correct team.
Okay, perfect.
But when you do search, so when you search here, when you go to the affected service, you're going to search DGIB in this box, like I did, and then select the digital GI Bill group, and then that's who that affected service routes to the DGIB application support team, and that's a team that the 19 what is it, 22-1990s are going to go to. From there, so that this is the base of the ticket. So I'm going to switch over back to the Dynamics ticket, and I'm going to grab the information we need under the va.gov general template that they filled out for us. Paste that in the description. And then I just go ahead and I grab the case number, pull that, cut it from the description, and I post it in the short description. And then I guess we'll just do the form number. Is that how you'd like to do it, or would you like to be more specific with it?
I think the form number should be fine.
So let's put the form number. And then I'm going to go ahead and scrub for the PII. So pull the first and last name out. Since the facility says NA, I'm going to pull that out. We don't need the My Healthy Vet ID or the email. Pull that out as well. This does have the full URL, which I'm sure is helpful for them. So that'll be nice to keep in there. Let me read the rest of these. So this has a issue details, a description of the issue. And then the date and time of the issue is also included there. So we'll keep that as well. For the affected system name, I'm just going to put the same as we do for the IAM tickets. I'm going to do va.gov. That is a required field. And then for the work notes, so the IAM tickets, there's a direct article that tells us which issues to submit to them, and that's what I've been attaching. If we find that article, Kimberly, or if they send you something, a knowledge-based article in Snow, we can attach that here. And I can show you guys how to do that once we get that article. It's pretty straightforward. You would just go to the article and scroll to the bottom, and there's a copy permalink option on the bottom left. You would grab that and then just post it in the work notes, and that'll automatically attach the knowledge-based article to every ticket that you submit to them. Once you have this all filled out, to create the template, so before you click submit, you're going to go on the bottom right here and click the create new template option. I do want to mention though, before you do that, if you don't see this option, if you don't see the templates bar, you do need to go to the top next to submit, click the three dots and then toggle template bar for that to show. Otherwise you won't have this option down here. Once you click the plus sign, it's going to give you the option to name it, and you'll see you can fill this out the reverse way. So I could create a template and fill this all out. It's really easy to miss steps because there's so many things that are required. I always like to just create a new ticket, fill it out, and then create the template from that, because it'll automatically pull all the information I just added. Since I'm going to be sharing this with you guys, I'm actually going to remove the affected end user and submitted by, because you guys will add that yourself. It'll be you when you submit the tickets. The other thing it will not save is the affected service. So it will save the category as affected service, but you actually will have to go and select the DGIB team every single time. I've tried that with the IAM process and there's no way around it. You just have to select it and then it will send it to the right team. Once you're done, so let me change this. Let's give it a name so I know which one it is. And then you click submit on the bottom here. And then you'll see it down here in my templates bar. This is all good to go. Then you just click submit. And if it doesn't give you an error, it means you're good. And then you can just scroll down and make sure that the activities shows that you created a ticket. what's going to be really simple, the reason what we just did, we went through all those steps, but for you guys, what you can do is when you go to create a new ticket, you're just going to go to your templates bar down here and click the DGIB education tickets template. It'll pre-fill it just like this for you. You'll just need to add submitted by the affected end user, which is going to be you, and then the affected service. Also, once you've selected a group, recent selections will pull up. So once you only have to search it, hopefully the first time. And then from then on, you can just go to recent selections. You can select the digital GI Bill team um, for the routing. And then one last thing I did want to show you. So if you're creating templates, so let's say Rayan or Chewy or Megan, you're doing these tickets and you're submitting a new type of ticket that they've asked us to add more information in or in the work notes and it's required. If you create your own template and you want everyone to have it, what you would do is go back to your templates bar down here, click the three dots, click edit next to it, and then you're going to go up here to groups and then click unlock groups because you guys can't see it currently. But once I do this, you will be able to. And then you're going to click the look up using list and then just type in VA space DOT. And this is our team, va.gov DevOps. So click on that. And then you're going to click update. And now everyone in the va.gov's DevOps team will have access to this template. So everyone should have access to it now and be able to fill out these tickets like much more fast, much faster than we just did. So any questions or
Do you know that I guess when you made the template, I just did it and refreshed it, saw it down there in the templates, but it keeps that HRC Dynamics number as well as the description filled in with what you have in there from this ticket.
oh yes, that was a mistake on my part. Yeah, so let me remove that and then you guys will add that in by yourselves. Thank you for catching that. Give it a shot now. Just clear the ticket and then press it again. It should keep that blank for you.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that.
And then just like the IAM to personalize it, what do we gotta do again? You know how like IAM, I made it where my name is already filled in somewhere, submitted by.
Yeah, so what you could do is let me create a new ticket. So it's personalized to you. And then also just quick note, any tickets that are shared with the team or any templates, I mean, that are shared with the team, if you edit or delete it, it'll edit it for everyone if it's shared. So it is a good idea, like you're saying, Chewy, to create your own. So you would just pull the template and then fill it out as needed. And then you can keep this blank because again, like you just caught, you don't want to pull the same information over. Then you would just click the plus sign at the bottom right to create your own template. And then you'll see that you'll just give it a name at the top, and then you'll see that you'll be listed as the as submitted by and the affected end user. Um, and then you can just go ahead and click submit on the bottom. And then you'll want to give it a unique name because it's going to be separate from the shared template. And then that way, any changes you make to it, you'll only see. And if you delete it, it won't delete it for everyone else. And you won't have to enter your name every single time. So it does save you some time.
Done.
Perfect. And just to let you guys know, Riley Ross, and I know you know who he is, John, because we talked about him earlier. He
Mhm.
is messaging me back, so hopefully he'll let me know about um, the location and about the outbound calls because I told him we can enter the affected end user's telephone number or we'll just enter zeros in that field. So he's typing back. So hopefully we'll get an answer on that really, really soon.
And you can, if you want, I can give, do you want to give him the incident number that I just submitted and he could review that?
Yep.
Let me pull that. Yeah, also guys, any tickets that you submit here, go under tickets for me since you're listed as the end user. So if you want to track them, you could just go to the ITIL dashboard and then just go to tickets for me and then active incidents. And should be, there it is at the top. Okay.
I see 412-52300. 412-52300. 412-52300. All right, perfect. Just sent that over to him. Hopefully, he's still typing, so we'll see. He gave me a thumbs up, so maybe he's looking at it now.
It would show me, so it's something else that's cool about Snow is if, yeah, he's looking at it right now. So this little icon right here um, means that someone else, you can see whoever else is viewing it. If there's like 10 people, it'll just keep stacking up. So any questions though? I think that's everything.
Will you do me one favor, John? Um, Once you do this in Snow, what do you do in HRC Dynamics?
Oh, that's a little small detail. Yeah. The same as the IAM tickets. You'll copy the incident number, go back over into Dynamics. You'll need to click the back arrow, go back to the summary, and then you're going to go to case notes, paste it, and then ready to resolve. And then you're going to put the ticket on hold, and then just save and close.
Don't we put it in our name too? Or no?
You don't have to. I think it does make the queue look better. I generally do pick them before I work them. Also, that way when you get information back, it's really easy for you to just go ahead and send it to tier two. You don't have to worry about going and finding it and picking it. So yes, I would suggest picking these tickets before you do that.
Okay. John, are you comfortable running through one? I know we did a lot of extra steps and things like that, but are you comfortable running through one more for us? And
My only question was, you mentioned two education teams. So
yeah, so
how,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
just gonna ask, how do we know who to send what to? Or I saw the description or showing that one handles a certain amount of things, but are we sure everything else goes to the other one? And what is the name of the other one?
Yeah, absolutely. And I will be sending you guys two things. Number one, I've already put it in the SOP. Excuse me. I've created a document for Stephen to put it in the SOP. But since we're doing this week, what I'm going to do is just copy the team cues, copy what they do or the forms or whatever, what they handle, send it to you in Teams so that you will have it so you'll know what forms, what issues go to the group. Again, we can always do the search in the description field to contain like comparison tool or look for GI dashboard or something along those lines. So if it doesn't populate in the area sub area like 221990 does, right? If it doesn't populate there, you can always go to the description and search for those forms or those particular tools in the description field. Because I think I think all of us know how to do that. And if not, we can definitely show you.
No, I know how to do that. I just want to make sure we know what tickets go to the other team.
Yeah, and I will say When I spoke to them yesterday, I told them that our team will definitely do our due diligence to make sure we're getting them to the correct team. But because they're both education teams and a lot of their stuff is closely related, they have already stated that if it's not their team, they will get it to the other team. But I told them we will do our due diligence, but we're human and we make errors as well. But we'll do our due diligence to try to get it to the correct queue. But I will be sending you over all of the things that those particular queues do. But we want to make sure we're also searching in the description fields as well to make sure that we're grabbing all of those things, because as we know, they don't always label things exactly as we want them to. So searching the description
And
field is always good.
and what was the purpose of exporting it to Excel sheet again and putting it in Teams?
Nope, you don't have to. I was just showing you how to do that. You don't have to do this with issues that go over to the IAM team because they don't need to come back to the spreadsheet. So that was just another step for other product teams that are not in Snow that we need to get issues to. But again, that process is also getting automated with Microsoft Power Tools. So that process is going to be a little bit different. This is just the process from getting education and IAM issues out of HRC into Snow for the groups that we know are in Snow.
Oh, okay.
And let me read this to you guys real fast because Riley Ross messaged back. He said, I'm not sure location matters much. If they're all central office, that's probably okay. I think a phone number and name might be good, but I'm actually not sure if VBA works with vets directly, or we would want to reach out to the reporting call center user with instructions. Unless the location could be HRC call center. I don't think that's an option, right, John? I don't in Snow, I don't think HRC call center is a option.
Let me look. Also, the VBET team, the other team that we're going to be sending tickets to, it's going to be different because the affected service won't be the same group. We'll have to find a different way to do that. I was trying to find a ticket of theirs, but I couldn't find any. So let me see. So you said HRC?
He said HRC call center.
Yeah, I don't see any. It's all just it's
Yeah,
all just like clinics or medical centers.
okay. I think if I remember a name might be good, but I'm actually not sure if VBA works with that's directly or if we want to reach. Okay. So let me recommend this. Maybe all of them can just be the VA central office then, since
Okay.
there's no, yeah, okay. Let me let him know that too. And I'll let him know that since he said, I'm not sure if VBA works with vets directly, I'll just let him know that we'll put all zeros in the phone number field.
I don't know if this is pertinent here or not, but with any education related cases that come into Ask VA, when it comes to rerouting those cases, there is a general GI Bill queue, and then you can select location specifically by state. Although if you don't know the state, there is an option to click state unknown. So I think that at least in AVA, GI Bill has one big general queue. May or may not be pertinent to this, but I just thought it crossed my mind.
Is there a DGIB
No.
queue? Okay. Because I remember Cody was working with someone back a while ago and they were sending a ticket back between Ava back and forth, and one of them was a member of the DGIB team. I'm not sure how they got onto the ticket, but they must monitor one of those queues.
Yeah, I'm not aware specifically of. I'm not aware specifically of that. But yeah, just the standard list of queues that Ava publishes in their little matrix. Yeah, I don't recall that one. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just don't recall it.
Sounds good. Yeah, there's probably a ton of cues in there. So